let me know if he has problems and I can help to troubleshoot, but I think it should be okay now.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So welcome to our community building sync. Today is March 14th. I'm Ashley. I'll be facilitating. We can just go through and start doing some check-ins. Always I want to check in and make sure that we're all praising and to encourage people to praise more if we haven't. So if you haven't praised today, or maybe there's some things that have happened this week that maybe slipped by, don't forget to take a moment today and just some praise to people for the value that they've created in our community. And we could get started with intentions and distractions, how you're feeling, and what are you grateful for today, your intentions for the call, and if you have any distractions at the moment. Today, I am feeling really, really good. I went for a nice walk this morning, and I am grateful for, man, I'm really grateful for warm clothes in this place. And I'm acclimating slowly, but not as quickly as I wanted to. My intentions for the call, I just want to sync up with you guys and facilitate and check out this cool NFT opportunity that we might be able to use for our ambassador program. And my distractions is there are some small children in the background, but they're not too loud. And I will pass it to Lauren.
Yeah. Go.
GM!
Oh, Lauren's deafened. Never mind.
No,
I will
I'm
pass it
talking
to.
through Franco's mic.
Oh, you were gonna talk through Franco's? Okay.
Can you
Go.
hear me okay? I'm feeling good. I'm grateful for Franco. You know, Franco is so cool and nice, and like every time I have a problem or any need, he just like is like, "Do you want some tea?" or like, "Can I fix the internet for you?" And he is like above and beyond amazing, making my life better all the time. So I'm really grateful for Franco. And my intentions for the call are just to listen in, and I'm just doing work in the background, but just to kind of like see what community circle's up to and if I can support from the comm side. And I'm distracted by all the other work that I'm doing. And I'll pass it to Franco.
Thank you, Lauren. Hi, everybody. I'm feeling good. A little bit with a cold, but I'm good. I'm grateful also for Lauren. She's great to have as a coworker. Yeah, intentions for the call is streaming, just catching up with everybody and see what's going on, and no distractions. And I'll pass it over to Almond.
Thank you, Franco. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling rested. My intentions for this goal is to invite you to the upcoming Giveth events and make sure that we're aligned in everything that's happening in the next couple of weeks, and no distractions. And I'll pass it to Claire.
Hi everyone, thanks Almond. Today I am feeling grateful for a walk by the sea this morning. I'm feeling okay, and my intention is to just tune in today and see where I can contribute, and I have no distractions. And I am handing over to Corey.
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm grateful for the tropical weather outside. And my intentions for the call are really catching up because it's been a couple weeks since I've been in this call, since I was on vacation last week and at the conference the week before. And so just want to be in sync with all the upcoming events. And distractions, just have a lineup of calls after this. So got a couple things on my mind, but otherwise I'm here. I will pass it to let's see, Crypto Marabout.
Yes, I can participate. So I'm okay today, and the goal of this call would be to discover a bit more the Giveth community and to showcase you what we are building at Etherscore, and maybe brainstorm together on which use case could be pertinent. So I will let to Geoffrey, GZD.
Yes. I'm not that good today. I have a headache, but I guess I will survive. And my expectation for this call is to meet with you and discuss, as Sami mentioned, what we are building at Tetascore and how it could help your community. And I don't know if anybody else has something to say.
Do. GM, everyone. I am also feeling good. I am feeling grateful for everyone that is living under the same roof that I am, Maje, and my cats, Paramir, and Marley, and everyone. And all those are my pets, by the way, except the first one. My intention for the call is to sync up, maybe talk a little bit about what communications to prioritize from the people that we met at Flea, and then also take on like the ambassador program, like all these other things that were a bit dormant while December and the Flea. And my distraction is just I need to feed the cats and the dog, but that's it. And back to you, Ashley.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Katabe. And it's so good to have you guys here. I'm excited to hear more about what you have to present. And it seems that that's the main thing that I saw come up, as well as just discuss events and then flee after planning. So let's take a look at what we have for events coming up. But we've got our Giveth Essentials today about comms. Corey will be leading that. Do we have somebody that's streaming that? Franco, are you going to be streaming? Will you be there?
Yes, I will be streaming that.
Perfect. Thank you. So come and join us if you guys feel the urge, and let's learn about how the GitHub flow goes. It will also be recorded. Yay, thank you, because I don't know if I will be able to make it. Yeah. We've got the Twitter space on March 15th about the PFP collection launch. Also, the minting party on the 23rd after the community call. Another Twitter space on the 29th about the referral program in Chainvine. And then we're still kind of ambiguous on the Aprendamos launch and Meet the Makers on the 19th. Thanks for adding all of these, Almond, because I wasn't really sure. Is there anything that you wanted to say about any of these?
No, just please, as always, we invite you to join. The Giveth Twitter space regarding the PFP collection and the Chainvine referral program are two Giveth projects that are coming soon, that we're launching soon, and we've put a lot of effort and work to those two, so it would be great to see you around. And then regarding the minting party, as Mitch was mentioning yesterday at the governance call, this is meant to be a cool activity, a fun activity in which we as a community, we're going to get together and mint beforehand, before the open mint, our PFPs, and then at the end is going to be a revelation of which NFT each of us got. So we are going to play some music. We invite a bunch of friends and family of Giveth, and to be honest, this is more like the strategy of selling these PFPs that we're targeting to, rather than the open mint. We're putting more eggs to the basket around this minting party. So we invite you all to join and support. That's going to happen after the community call, as Ashley was mentioning, and I think that's it.
Is the allow list still open to add people to it? Are we still inviting people, or?
Yes, the allow list is open to let's say the general announcement. is that to be on the allow list, you need to donate 100 USD or DAI to the Giveth project. So that's, let's say, the official message of how people can join the allow list. But of course, for the strategic people that has supported the DAO and that has helped us in a way, we're inviting them to join also as a strategy of selling this to more people. So if you have someone in mind that's a friend of the DAO or like a partner, you can send it to me and we can add it to the allow list. That's still open.
Uh, I, I I got a message. I don't know if this is the right moment to bring it up, or will we keep talking about the PFP collection? But I got a DM on Twitter from Alxy, ALQSY, who has like 135,000 followers. Some of those friends of mine, and he reached out and said like, hey, if you want some friend like promoting, or I can tweet your project and I can also pin it, and it will be like 0.1 ETH, and it's kind of like guarantee that most likely it will sell, and guarantee that you will have like hundreds to thousands of new followers. And I even asked like, well, what does guarantee means for you? And he said like I will give you your money back if you don't have like hundreds to thousands of extra followers. So just wanted to bring it out there. Like we can I can just we can talk about it right now, or maybe at a different time. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that having influencers is definitely a huge impact. We've already seen, like, actually, Claire and I were just talking about this yesterday when we were looking at the data of how many people actually join our platform from Brazil and how we have, people down there who have been talking about us on social media. We've got Bob Burnquist, and how the last Meet the Makers, like, so many people came just because Vlad was co-hosting. So I think that influencers have a big play, and we should definitely consider that. I think that maybe that's more of a comms thing, though, and maybe during the comms call we can talk to the comms team and see what they think. I'm not sure if our budget allows for it right now, but I wonder, would that be something that maybe we would want to focus for the PFP launch, or maybe be more strategic about like something coming up and use it at that time? So I think it's a great idea. I just think that maybe it's more of a comms idea. What do you think, Corey?
I'm sorry, my power cut out and I got dropped off the call and I just got back in. So could you just briefly update me?
Yeah, there's an influencer with hundreds of thousands of followers that's interested in helping us to spread the word and get more followers, and there would be a fee.
There would be a fee. Okay. And we have information on how much that fee is?
It was Kotabe, go
Point.
ahead.
Yeah. Point. I think it's 0.1 ETH for one tweet. 0.15 for pinning the tweet, and 0.2 ETH for pinning the tweet, and then kind of like a follow-up tweet or something like that.
Okay. I guess we'd have to just look at who the influencer is and how aligned it is, and yeah, maybe assess that in more detail. Because right now I've no idea like who that is. But that's something we could talk about it. Yeah, maybe that is a comms item. We could discuss more there.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I do think that it's a great strategy because, I mean, like I said, we have seen already the influencer impact from the ones that we have already talking about us. So maybe it's a good thing to consider. But yeah, I think it's a comms thing. All right. Is there anything more about the PFP launch or the minting party that we should talk about?
I think that's it for it. Just to share with you all, the roadmap would be to now keep pushing the allow list. and have as much as possible as we can on the allow list, and then create a lot of hype around the party and try to have as much as people possible there, and then have the open mint afterwards, just after the party ends. The collection is going to be available for sale to the general public, let's say. So that's kind of like the strategy, and this is a collection that took a while to launch, and the objective is to get funds for the DAO, to keep supporting Giveth, and to keep supporting Giveth's mission, basically. So if people ask you, you know what is this about, and I think that's it. I don't know if anyone else wants to add any comments, but I think that's like the general picture.
Okay. All right. I will definitely try to go through my list of like partners and stuff that maybe we could reach out to, and I'll send them over to you, Almond.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the Twitter space on the referral program in Chainvine, who's going to be doing that? Like, who will be representing? Going to be Ahmad and.
Sorry, that's a great point too. Yeah, it's going to be Ahmad. Actually, Ahmad asked me to organize this Chainvine referral program Twitter space, and Ahmad told me that he would like Gordy hosting this space. So Gordy, I don't know if you would like to host this space regarding the referral program. It don't need to be an hour long. We can make it shorter rather than, because I think this is not a topic that will take an hour to be talk about it honestly. So I don't know, Cordy, are you available on the 29 at the same time as always? Meaning the Twitter space.
Yeah, sure, that should be fine. I don't see an issue with that.
Great.
Sounds cool.
Thank you.
Cool.
Oh wait, you know what? Can you clarify what's the normal time?
It's 9 a.m. Mexico time, 4 p.m. Europe time.
Okay, yeah, cool. Thank you.
Perfect.
All right. And I think we'll talk about the Aprendamos launch and Meet the Makers down below a little bit more. Also, they're a little bit longer out. So I really want to give these guys a chance to give us a demo and talk about what it is that what Etherscore is doing, and see how we can maybe collaborate and use the NFTs for our ambassador program. So I'll go ahead and let either Crypto Marabout or GZD talk and show us what's going on.
Yeah, so I will share my screen. So you should be seeing my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah. So I'm Sami, the CEO at Unchained Lab, which is a company developing the product Etherscore, and I will present you this decentralized reputation system. So the problem we identified is that blockchain are lacking some native user profiles, and because of this, we can see a lot of limitations. So there are limitations in DeFi lending, in DAOs, which are based on traditional governance paradigm, but also in airdrop programs, etc., where we see a lot of bots cheating. So here are examples of reputation in Web2. So we can see that reputation is very contextual. It is applied to different topics. It is applied to social networks, video games, marketplaces, etc. But in Web3 today, here's the only type of reputation that we can have. You have to dig into the transaction of a user. You have to make sense, give context of each transaction, and it is very complex and not really doable by a basic user. So the solution we bring is to build some reputation as NFT badges. So a concrete example is we are aggregating the on-chain data of the blockchain, and we are allowing the users to claim badges based on their achievements. So a concrete example would be, for example, a user having done 3 swap on Uniswap would be able to claim the badge only if he has done the 3 swap on Uniswap. So how the dApp can build the badges using our badge factory. So first they have to define the badge conditions. For example, it could be having used, having done 10 swap on Uniswap and having voted in 5 dApp proposals. And then the dApp publish the NFT badges. The users come to claim it. Otherwise, we can also pay the fees to directly airdrop it to the users. And now that the users hold the badges, they are identified as reputable users, and they can receive any rewards such as incentive, discounts, voting power, airdrops, access, etc. So the fact is that on-chain reputation is leading to virtuous cycle with positive feedback loop in which users are incentivized to contribute more, which makes the dApp better and the community better, which brings more users also incentivized, etc., etc. So in last September, we released an alpha version on Polygon, and here you can see a screenshot. We released a small set of badges, and we try to represent some aspect of ethic in Web3. We try to identify the positive behaviors in Web3, even if it is very subjective. We try to represent all types of dApps, of users, etc. So a few examples of badges are you can claim a badge if you have participated in 2 different dApps on Snapshot, or if you have if you are a Gitcoin donator, and we also are working with a lot of other data. So in terms of numbers, we have more than 75,000 badges claimed by 20,000 holders. These users are today claiming the badges to gain voting power. In fact, Etherscore DAO is not based on the one token, one vote paradigm, but one badge, one vote. So it means that the user's voting power is equal to the number of badge holders. So a user having a lot of capital but not any badges will not have any voting power in our DAO. So we try to do a reputation-based, a contribution-based DAO. So this is just a first experiment, but we will improve our governance architecture with time. It's just an experiment to play with SBTs and a new DAO governance paradigm. And we also did a small temperature check on Snapshot to check the engagement of our users, and we had at the time around 1/3 of the users using their badge, their accumulated voting power, to spend it on the DAO proposal on Snapshot. So for the next months, we will have a rebranding with a full new version of the dApp and the website, etc. So for now, it was just an alpha version. So the website, the front end was a bit limited. We will focus on this aspect, and we will also release the badge factory, which is a no-code interface enabling anyone to deploy badge directly without requesting the team. Because for now, we are releasing every badges, but with the badge factory, anyone will be able to deploy badges easily with no code. And we will also focus on giving usage benefits to the badge holders. We are building a user profile which will be shareable, in which user will be able to highlight specific achievements, customize a few aspects, etc. So for the roadmap, we released the alpha version in last September. Our idea is to release a beta version in the next months, and we will do a full release at the end of the year or beginning of the next year. So thanks, and if you have any questions.
Yeah, I think my first question is it only based on on-chain data? I see that you like Snapshot is one of the options, and that's
Yeah.
not
So we are trying to use only verifiable data, or at least on-chain. We are trying to use on-chain data or at least verifiable data. Snapshot was not on-chain, but some data are stored off-chain in IPFS, etc., with a signature, and we are still able to verify the validity of all those data. So for now, we don't really want to focus on other types of off-chain data, such as Twitter data or maybe GitHub, etc., because it is a bit different than the on-chain data, and it is not giving the same level of auditability. So
Yeah,
for now, only on-chain data and snapshot, and in the future we may add some, but we try to stay as verifiable as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense. Almond or Corey, do you guys know if the referral program is that recorded on chain? Would we be able to track the links and stuff that the ambassadors use? Is that recorded when the donation's actually made using that link?
I don't have that info. Maybe Corey?
Off the top of my head right now, I don't have the info, but I would actually venture to guess yes. I think that was the point of setting it up on Chainvine. Otherwise, we could have just set it up much quicker elsewhere.
Right.
So I would guess yes, but we would need to confirm that.
Okay. Yeah, we would need to confirm that. And then also, I'm curious, I mean, we're talking about our ambassadors doing different tasks, like getting a certain amount of donors or a certain amount of projects onboarded onto the platform or something like this. And I'm curious how much of that data can be created on chain. I'm not sure about share and how, yeah.
Yeah, the fact is we can also use some of your internal data, but we will be also transparent on the fact that it's coming from a centralized data source, and if the user are aware of which data source is used, there is no problem if they trust you. But the fact is, yes, if we are using some other source of data which are not on-chain, we want to really be transparent, and after it will be led to the users to choose if they are trusting the data or not. So even if you don't have the data on-chain, we can otherwise find a way, or otherwise you can also we can work with you to see how we can put it on chain easily, etc.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, basically, we're starting this program where we'll have different ambassadors come on and they'll level up as they go through and complete different actions. It's not all completely set in stone yet, and we're thinking of using an interface kind of like Share, or I don't know if you've ever seen like DAP back where people can complete tasks and then they get rewards that way and level up, and different things open up regardless or depending on which tasks they've already completed. So I guess that's also something we could talk with the share team and see if that data is also on chain. Okay. That was just where I see the biggest gap is from what we're trying to do with what you guys are providing. I don't know if anybody else has questions.
No, I think that I'm with you. But for sure we can just discuss for impact quests and other projects that we have running. So just to see if there's like a good application of this. But yeah, thank you for coming and presenting to all of us.
Yeah, thanks to you. And yeah, I wanted to talk because you are mentioning the referral program, but there is also I saw that you have different products, with one used to make donation, one used to give power to the users, one to stake, etc. So I think there, in addition to the referral program, there are also a lot of interesting aspects in all this, in all of your products. And our general idea when we are working with partners is to first identify the list of actors present in your product, in your architecture, and then identify all the actions that those actors can do. And the idea would be to represent all the actors, for example, all the donors, all the people who are staking, all the people who are giving power or receiving power, etc. So we can really work on identifying all the actors and representing every user of the community.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's great. And I think there is definitely some potential to maybe collaborate here. And if not in the ambassador program, like you said, the impact quest or something, I didn't even think of that. So um, I think our ambassador meeting is tomorrow, right, Almond? Yeah. So tomorrow when we have our ambassador call, maybe we could kind of discuss and maybe define the different actions and the actors that we will have and see if it's
Yeah.
something that we align on. Because we'll be meeting tomorrow to kind of talk just about the reward system and like some other details to like scope out the ambassador program a little bit more. So I think after that we'll have some more clarity. But I really appreciate you guys coming and showing this to us.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anyone doesn't have any question, I think we can leave you.
Yeah, I don't think I have any more questions at this point, but we do have our chat, our channel, our thread. So if we come up with anything or if there's something from tomorrow that comes out of our call tomorrow, we can make sure to put it there and we can communicate. But yeah, you guys don't have to stick around for the rest of our call if you don't want to. And I know that GZD has a headache, so go ahead and take
Yeah.
some rest and you don't have to stay. But thanks for coming and sharing, and we will let you know how our meeting goes.
Okay, great. Thanks for hosting us and have a good day.
You too. I hope you feel better. Ciao.
Bye.
See you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Coming back to the agenda here, we've got the ambassador program. So if anybody has any ideas for a rewards system that they haven't added to the document's still here, and we're gonna get together tomorrow and just kind of look at those and come up with a few different viable options, and then bring it to the community and see what everybody else thinks. So that's the plan there. I feel pretty complete on the ambassador program. How about you guys? Keep moving forward. Cool. Aprendamos. The launch. Have we had a chance to talk with design? Do you think that they will have some more space to work on this? Kotabe or
Hmm.
Almond? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I think that Almond can tell us a little bit more about that. On the side of recording the next project, I got in touch with Humberto. We are going to probably record one with them soon-ish. Also with Marcus, and we are also waiting. I don't know with one person that was Franco's contact. Do you have any updates on that, Franco?
She just responded today actually, but like she just said hi. I'm just waiting. Like I already like broke her the whole proposal, and I'm waiting on a confirmation. But it'd be really cool to have her. She's an amazing person that works on like the refi movement here in Catalonia. But yeah, I'm waiting on her still.
Cool.
Is
Yeah.
there already a topic for the next one or a title, or what's the next episode going to be about?
We have like four topics for next episodes. One is about Giveth in general. One is about what are the problems and what are the problems that nonprofits are facing and what solutions can give Web3 give them. We have fundraising in Web3. I think those are at least the three that I remember right now. But we have a whole document on the Aprendamos Refi podcast. Let me look for it, and
Oh, I think it's here.
yes. So down below, all the way down, we have those are the episodes that we are
Oh,
planning.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that looks cool. So yeah, we're just really waiting on design then to start.
Yeah,
Do you know
I'm
Almond if they
recording.
have any space?
Sorry?
Do you know? Have you talked with Rodri about this? I know after ETH Denver, like he was super busy, but now that ETH Denver is over, does he have space to maybe start on some of this?
The last message that I received was saying that, yeah, that he was super busy, but I'm going to retake conversations and see if he's more available now. I think that now he would be able to work on this. So yeah.
Cool. Anything else around this, or let's just get the wave going again?
Yeah, exactly. I think that with that and with the GM, it's only to just start planning and then launch. But I think the tools are all set.
Perfect. And then I added this next topic here just because actually I added this before you added the events up in the calendar, and I was like, man, it looks kind of empty in here. Maybe we should plan some Twitter spaces, but it looks like we've got 2 already on the schedule. I know we've got the message with Bankless Twitter space. Maybe we're planning for April 12th, but they haven't confirmed yet. So I don't know, maybe we don't even really need to talk about this, but I just wanted to get the ball rolling, and I know after the new year we wanted to get back into the swing of things and have more Twitter spaces and stuff. So I was also thinking I have scheduled quite a few communities to come to our community calls in the community spotlight section, and I know they only get 10 to 15 minutes in the community spotlight section, but some of them are working on some really cool things. So maybe once we hear what they have to say in the community spotlight, if it seems like a good idea to have a Twitter space around, we could always invite them for some sort of Twitter space too.
Sure, of course. I think that the cool thing around Twitter Spaces is that we prepare themes to discuss just to give more value to the conversation and keep people more engaged in things that maybe they can relate to. So if we see the potential of some community spotlight around something that would be cool to discuss, I think that is a great idea to prepare a Twitter space with them.
Cool. All right, well, I'll keep an eye out as I'm talking with these different projects and communities. I also saw Claire added some different projects, and then Jake added a project here. So maybe also another, if we have too much space, or if the Twitter spaces are kind of like feeling like we don't have enough ideas, we could always go to just inviting some project owners around a cool theme or something like that, and just filling in some activity there, just so that we keep pumping out stuff. What do you think about that? It'd be like Meet the
Yeah.
Makers, but like a little less formal,
Yeah, I think is great that now actually the contributors are adding ideas. It's great that you all are contributing to the Twitter Spaces organization, and Ahmad just asking for one, and then the PFP. So I think that is great just to have this brainstorm, and then for me it's way easier to organize and just invite the parts involved.
Yeah. I was also thinking about this like earthquake quadratic funding thing, but I feel like it might be a little bit too quick, since I think the deadline for this is now the 20th, which would only give us like another week or so. So I'm not sure with the ones we already have planned.
Yeah, I think that maybe is kind of to organize this will be in a rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to kind of get the juices flowing again, but it looks like they are already starting, so that's cool. And I'll keep an eye out for community spotlight stuff. Claire, did you have anything new about the orbit? I know we kind of looked at the new member list last time, and you had this mural where you were doing some like onboarding brainstorming. I'm just curious if there's like any updates around this or any actions that we should take. I guess really it's just people starting to engage with people in the Discord, and you can always take notes in there. But I think the first step is just starting to talk to people, and if you have notes to take, leaving them there.
Yeah, agree. There are a limited number of seats available on the Orbit, app, we have 5 on our plan, but one of those seats is like one for Giveth. So I think if we needed extra people, we could just use that account. But I think 5 seats to start using this list and just to make sure that people are welcomed in the Discord and invited to the AMA and things like that, and we've got a way of tracking it. I think 5 is going to be plenty. So I'm happy to go in and start using it and start seeing if this tracker is useful. And if anybody else wants to hop in, I can get them a login for Orbit and show them how to use the list and show them around a little bit.
Cool. Yeah,
I know.
I saw that. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, I know Nicola's already quite active in there. I don't know how keen she is to go in and use the Orbit app, but I can catch up with her and see if she wants an account in there, and if anybody else wants to join, to let me know.
Yeah, I was actually just gonna say along the same lines, like I've seen her being really active and stepping up and engaging with people, which is so cool to see.
Which is great.
Yeah, and so maybe reaching out to her or anybody else in this call if you want to be a little bit more engaging with the people in the Discord. And I mean, I see people come in, and when they come in, they've got such great energy. And I think if we could capture that, then our community would grow and we could have like some more activity in our Discord and people engaging. It's just like they come in and it's like, okay, take it in. And then it seems like they kind of fall off. So it's a matter of kind of just like keeping them engaged and providing interesting content and having good conversations. I think we can also learn a lot about it too. She's been asking people, what was your experience creating your project, and like getting a lot of feedback that way so that we don't have to do these like surveys all the time. We can collect this data in a different way, just talking with people. So that can also be recorded in Orbit. Um, okay.
Another key benefit I see for using the Orbit app is that we can make sure that nobody slips through the cracks, that we get a chance to have a chat with everybody.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to People DAO. I talked to, like, they have a project on Giveth already, but they say that at least the 2 people we're talking to say that's not related to their DAO. So I'm gonna have to reach out. It's not verified. I'll have to reach out in our email and see who does own it and try to either connect those people and like get the project that's already ongoing, or I guess depending, we just make a new one for them. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the steps to take. They just commented a bunch today right before the call, so I haven't had a really good chance to like dive in and see what's going on there. But basically, we're trying to get People DAO's project verified before we do this Twitter space with them. But it would be on their Twitter. They have quite a few followers, and right now we've already onboarded one of their projects. I think there's 4 in total that they want to be contributing to or have as projects up on the space. So we are moving forward here a little bit slowly, but there's some ambiguity that I haven't quite figured out as far as the People DAO project itself. I don't know if anybody has any more around this, but I'll keep you guys updated as we move forward. And the Communitas thing, we were supposed to have like a little planning session last week on Friday, and I didn't get in until really late, and that would have been like my 6 a.m. and it just wasn't really doable for me. So we've rescheduled and we have it tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow and or later today. Maybe it's today. I haven't looked at the calendar yet. And we will figure out I just want to collaborate all these resources. Like Katabe's been doing so much work on GPS here. Claire has some documentation she's been working on over here. And Sim has some really great ideas of ways that we could go about this. So I'm going to get into a call with all of them and grab their documentation, get their ideas, and then I will set up a session. The other thing that came up for me around this was in our governance call, we talked about switching to products teams. So that kind of like, I don't know. I feel I'm like, do I keep moving forward on this if our working group is going to change or what? But I think like as a community, our KPIs and or GPSs are going to be essentially kind of the same thing. So I think it's good to still just keep moving forward on this for as long as it's taken us to get to where we are. I think we should just keep plugging away at moving forward. And the things that we're measuring are going to be the same regardless of what our working group is called or what shape it looks like. Um, so I think we still move forward. But that's the update there, and I will add some more times to the original doodle because I think that they end at the end of this week, and I haven't quite scheduled that yet. So thanks for your patience there. I didn't my plane was like 3 hours or 4 hours delayed, and I didn't get in till 1 a.m. and then to get on a call 5 hours later just didn't feel right. So that's where I'm at with that. Oh, and also Willie said that he would give me some ideas too. He did some really great facilitation of like our mission statement, vision, values thing. It was really smooth and stuff. So he said he's got some resources for me on how to conduct a nice session where we can define these types of things. Conflict resolution and gravity. Nicola's not here today, but they have started a Notion here. And they had the monthly sync call, I think, a few days last week on Friday. The online course should be live soon, so you can complete the Graviton course online and become a certified Graviton. So if you're interested in becoming a Graviton and getting involved in this type of stuff, keep an eye out because the online course will be launching soon. I think it will be kind of a big thing for Gravity. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, so it looks like they're kind of in the same step as Communitas, just like short-term goals, long-term goals, what is the working group, scaling different things. I know she's doing some like experimental feedback session facilitation and stuff with IRL events, so I think it's just kind of them getting established a little bit more, and if you feel interested in contributing, you can let her know. All right. I want to still leave some space. We in the last few minutes here, Kotabe, you said you had some stuff you wanted to talk about around like what to prioritize after Flee and maybe some of the things that came out of that.
Yes, thank you so much, Ashley. So basically, I think that I have been working in a document. Find it so I can paste it here, which is called Flee Results. And at the bottom of it, I just kind of like have aggregated what are the main contacts that we made, or we have aggregated the main contacts that we made, and what could we do with them if it makes sense for us. And so, give me one sec here. And basically, the things that I think that are more important for Giveth right now are on the one side fundraising, and so I have kind of like pour myself a little bit more on that side right now. If you go all the way to the bottom, basically that's a summary, and it has even like kind of like all the groups that I connected with and what they're doing and what could we do together. But on the conclusion, potential results by topic, it says fundraising. We have two instruments to apply directly: crypto for good fun, which I am kind of like trying to find the best angle with that, and exchanging emails. The Inter American Development Bank, I need an A there. discovery products, which I also reach out to them and they ask for more information about Giveth. I have the email drafted and I'm waiting for Jazz to check it. And then there are some explorations that we're doing. But on the partnerships with organizations, what I realized that kind of like it made the most sense to me, at least, is kind of like making pilots with organizations that have several potential projects. So not kind of like just one project at a time, but for example, Noop is an agrotech um, um, nonprofit that works with several different communities and farmers, and is basically trying to provide tech-enabled solutions to make them more competitive and resilient. And Vincent, who is one of the founders of Noop and an Ashoka fellow, he's like super excited about blockchain, and he really would like to have a pilot with us, and we could have that discussion for it. Reforestamos is also kind of like this umbrella project that is working with several communities in Mexico for agroforestry and afforestry, sorry, forestry. To I don't know, reforestate. I don't know if it said afforestate. How is it said in English? When you plant forest again.
Reforestation.
Reforestation, yeah. So for reforestation, um, and they work with several communities, and they are also trying to have them more tech enabled. And they have actually even one forum which is called Forest and Technology, and they want us to talk at that forum. Um, Social Lab Colombia also works with several territories, foundations, and organizations in Colombia. They're also very interested on this crypto. Social Lab Mexico, I know them already. Ashoka has about two. I think Ashoka is like probably the leader in nonprofits in the world. They were more reluctant to it, but for example, I can see an angle where if we have a successful pilot with Noop, then Ashoka can be very interested because Vincent from Noop is one of the like stars that came out of the Ashoka programs. Um, anyways, like so SMEX is also like working with several nonprofit projects in Guadalajara, and so that I think that's the angle that I saw like stronger, kind of like doing more. And one thing that I heard a lot, like having some feedback at Free, is that okay, you have like a crowdfunding platform, that's great, but like how successful are the projects in there? Like, are you helping them raise? Like, are they do they have some hand holding in the process? And I think with in their experience, a lot of them have worked with crowdfunding platforms, but their experience was kind of like they were missing this hand holding, or sometimes they are missing this hand holding part, and then sometimes they are not as successful. And so I think that it will be very interesting to have kind of like pilots uh, doing a hand holding with the process, or more close process, and then we can see kind of like what's going, what also we're going to see like better feedback, like what's being successful, what is not being so successful. And these pilots can also be like great for um, jumping into working with other organizations and showing the success cases. So that's just an opinion, but I just wanted to bring it out. Um, and the other, there were two crowdfunding platforms where I said like, well, yeah, like you do, like they have already like several nonprofit projects in Mexico, but they do not have like any crypto site. So I said like, well, maybe we could work together. We don't have an API ready yet, but at some point, like we could develop, like we don't have the demand for it. Like have it, maybe we could develop an API, and you could plug in into using Giveth for your project. And they were interested, especially Fundify, and I know pretty good one of the people working there. So and the last point that I found four foundations that were interested on matching funds, and so I think the QF was really, when I told them about QF, they were very interested in it on and givebacks. So these are the four main angles that I saw, and I just wanted to know kind of like your feedback and opinion. Sorry, I talk a lot, and then we almost have no time.
It's okay. I like the idea of having this like pilot you were saying with the partnership, and maybe starting with Noop and then kind of recording the process that we go through with the hand holding and what it took and etc. would give us like a great roadmap for moving forward with maybe some of the other ones. So it seems like Noop is pretty easy, a friend of yours, easy to work with. We could start there and kind of like record as we go what was needed and maybe like where there was tension and pain points like that. So basically the thing is I'm having a hard time visualizing what a partnership with them would look like. They are a project that would want to collect funding. Is that basically the idea?
I think they can collect funding for themselves, but especially they can like fund different communities in Mexico. They are working with several organizations in the agro sector, and they could be um, creating like more than one project, several projects for these different communities.
Okay, so we want to teach them how to onboard projects.
Yeah,
Essentially.
and maybe like onboard several projects with them and try to like I don't know, maybe do some weeks together and try to see how can we help them rate and how do they go with rating for their projects, something like that. I also have not like really um, like super clear specific idea, but I I really wanted to see if like this could be something interesting. At least like you also find it interesting, so I can like um, explore more with Vincent.
Yeah. Yeah, we are at the top of the hour. Sorry. The other thing is that I think if there's anybody in these organizations, I know they're probably primarily Spanish speaking organizations, but if there are any like English speaking representatives, getting them involved in like maybe a Twitter space or bringing them into a community spotlight and our community call to explore ways, um, things like that. So maybe that's an angle as well. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Here
for
we are.
sure. And most of them do speak English.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So maybe let's explore some of those types of avenues too, where we can at least foster this sense of like nourish this sense of community and inclusive and like welcoming kind of like feelings for these organizations if we're going to be partnering with them. Uh, so let's explore that a little bit more next week. And yeah, thanks guys for coming, and we'll see you in the comms call.